Welcome to another Groundhog Day NBA game. Shadows or not, it's time to get it going. With Brent Berry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. With us tonight, two-time MVP, Candace Parker. Hey there, Candace.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me today.
And here's a look at some numbers for Paul George.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
And we've got just enough time for a pregame report. Let's go over to the sidelines, where Allie LaForce is standing by. Allie?
Brian, as the NBA pivots away from the post and towards the perimeter, we're...
Very interesting, Allie. Good stuff there. Thank you. And Paul George silencing many critics with his play last postseason. Candace, do you feel he's subject to too much criticism?
You know, I think that criticism comes in many different ways. And as a star player, you know, there has not been anybody more criticized than LeBron James. And he's one of the greats in our game. So, Paul George, you have to accept that as a challenge. And to whom much is given, much is expected. And so, PG, he rose to the occasion last year, and I hope he rises again this year.
Yeah, well put. All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. We've got Trevor Ariza, Paul George out there with LeBron James. Then it's Norman Powell, and it's Whiteside in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Lakers, Chris Paul out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Tobias Harris, and it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. James against Paul. Right side, Butler. The kick out to Paul. Just 4 to shoot. Over James. Rejected by James. George against Thompson. George passes to Whiteside. Here's James. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, it's 7'1", and with the type of length that Whiteside has in terms of his vertical reach, so hard to stop on the inside.
Paul finds Thompson. Pass to Harris. And that one hits the back iron. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Lakers. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Outside Paul. With some arc. The 3 from Thompson. It's good. The assist that time from Paul.
Chris Paul came into the league playing unselfish. Continues to do so. What a dime.
Whiteside with a screen on Paul. Down low. Stolen by Valanciunas. On the wing, Thompson. George defending. Spins. Thompson passes to Butler. Well, Candace, this is a question I'm sure you've heard before, but growing up, was there a player or players who you patterned your game after?
Well, honestly, I was the biggest Allen Iverson fan. So I was the center that was going out on the game trying to throw passes like AI, trying to dribble and get that crossover. So I really loved watching AI growing up, and C. Webb was another player. I loved his versatility. I loved his ability to get to the basket. So I'd say it's those two.
Nice. Paul finds Thompson. Offline with a 3. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the floor. Here's Powell. Valanciunas with a rebound.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Thompson, a screen on James. Baseline try. And too long on the shot. Portland trailing here. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
George passes to James. Pure from three-point range.
And that's automatic for LeBron. Outstanding at recognizing when to shoot off the catch.
Harris, a screen on James.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Robinson, he's checked in for Ariza. James against Paul. Valanciunas sets a screen. Out to Harris. Shot clock at 3. The 3 from Thompson. Drills it from deep. Thompson's got 6 points.
And Klay Thompson, one of those guys where you hit the switch as a lights-out shooter.
George passes to Whiteside. James outside. There's a screen by Whiteside from outside the arc. Rebound by the Lakers. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Atlanta.
And most of the arena was totally against them. But they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Pass to Powell. Whiteside with a screen on Paul, and it's Powell off the drive. Here's Whiteside. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Oh, beating everyone to the ball. Great activity on the offensive glass.
Paul against James. Outside Paul. Outside Butler. Valanciunas with a screen on Powell. And Whiteside with a block.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league.
Paul with a steal. Shoots over George. And that one's good. Paul.
That was not an easy move. I mean, especially against that length.
Yeah, I don't think he even sees a taller defender out there, just a gifted scorer.
Now here's George. He had 25 points in the win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
I'm not sure in that game if it was him or Dikembe Mutombo out there, guys. I was just hoping to see one finger wave after one of those 4 blocks. No, 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 not today.
Well, Candace, you're one of the most prolific scorers in league history. Someone has to get you the ball, though. What do you like in a point guard?
I love a point guard that is in control of the game, that knows when to push, knows when to get back, and knows the position that players like the ball in. The point guards that have been the best that I've played with at the beginning of the season have asked me, where do you want the ball? And when you ask those questions, you get solid answers, and it makes the team better.
Well, I'm honored to be your TV point guard, Candace.
Man, you throw no looks, and they're so... Man, I'm ready, BA. I'm ready to catch those no looks.
Paul for 3. That one is off. And it's Portland the other way. The Lakers beat them last time when these two met in Los Angeles.
They got crushed the last time they faced this team, and they only have themselves to blame.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
Here's Powell. Offensive board. Whiteside. Shots blocked.
Now you got to be aware when Valanciunas is in the area. He's capable of sending your shot back.
Butler passes to Paul. Out to Harris. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to be on Hassan Whiteside.
Well, he's a good free throw shooter. Tobias Harris smartly looking to get in there and find some easy points from the line.
The free throw drops for Harris. Some changes now for the Lakers. Ennis, he's checked in for Butler. Wiggins comes in for Thompson. And Rubio is subbed in for Chris Paul. A big group substitution here for Portland. Johnson, he's checked in for Whiteside. Beasley comes in for Powell. Burks, he's checked in for Paul George. And Dragic has subbed in for James. Now here's Burks. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. And how about the mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Nance, he's checked in for Harris. Here's Johnson. Robinson, a screen on Nance. Dragic outside. Portland again missing. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from distance to begin this one. And with the new CBA, the WNBA reducing free agency restrictions for players. Candace, what effect do you see that having?
Well, this is going to empower players to be able to go and play for organizations they want to play for. It's very important to understand that this is a job. This is exciting, and it is important to be a part of an organization that you want to. And so I think that this will just continue to empower players.
And it doesn't hurt to have a little buzz around players going from one team to the next in the offseason. The Trailblazers shooting just 38% so far in this one. Dragic finds Beasley. Left side Burks. Excellent D there from Wiggins.
No question who's in control of the board so far.
Pass to Valanciunas. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Beasley. The shot, no good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Dragic against Rubio. Back to Ennis. Stolen by Burks. Pass to Beasley. From deep. Drains the triple.
More and more as a reliable spot-up shooter, Beasley, with the feet set, knocks it in.
Rubio against Dragic. Now Nance. Inside. And the basket by Rubio.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Rubio against Dragic. Screen by Robinson. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Beasley.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. And the Lakers lead by 4. All right, Candace, I know you grew up a Chicago Bulls fan. Who was your favorite player on those legendary Bulls teams, not named Michael Jordan?
Well, I loved following the Bulls, especially in the 90s. That was when I fell in love with basketball. But there was a guy named Ron Harper that I really enjoyed watching. I think that he was a huge piece in their championship run. And, before he joined the Bulls, he used to give number 23 a couple battles when he was with the Cavs.
I thought you might go with Dennis Rodman for a minute.
That's a good one, too.
Maladone's checked in for the Lakers. Simons is checked in for Portland. McConnell comes in for Dragic. Pass to Wiggins. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
And he dunks it down.
Well, the find from the off-guard Beasley there, would like to see more of that. Malik working the ball around.
Wiggins outside. 1:44 left in the first quarter. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Simons. Beasley outside. 5 to shoot. And here's Robinson. McConnell from outside. It's tipped. Rubio with the ball. And it's McConnell picking him up. Here's Maladon. 1:02 left now in the first quarter. Valanciunas passes to Rubio. Here's Maladon. He's guarded by Beasley. Kept alive. Portland has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. Pass to Simons. He takes it in. That shot off. Excellent D there from Wiggins. Here's Maladon. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Nance for three. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Nance Jr. wasting no time and quick decision-making, helping out that possession.
Here's Simons. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Simons gotten his second bucket.
Ooh, how sick was that, guys? I mean, he makes defenders look silly with moves like that.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Lakers on top, leading by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. Well, good to great. A catchphrase of unselfish play.
We want more, and we don't accept.
Well, Grant, it's great to have veteran leaders like Rubio.
It really is. And continuing to search for that next level as a team. That growth mind state can only help.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Guys, it's been great hustle defense throughout 2 quarters of play, contesting everything and racking up the block shots as well.
They've also racked up a ton of points off of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
We've got Chris Paul, Butler out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Klay Thompson, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now here's Paul. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Pass to Harris. Back to Paul. Wiggins outside. Off target with the 3. Portland has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. When speaking about LeBron James, Commissioner Adam Silver said he's certainly one of the league's hardest workers, which has as much to do with the success of his career as anything else. Also, off the court, it's incredible what he's done. He is a marvel in so many ways, but it all comes back to his focus and his dedication.
Thanks, Allie.
You have to stop the ball when it's in LeBron James' hands, and that puts you in a no-win situation defensively.
Sends it home from three-point land. Paul's got 5 points.
And just sinks it over the taller defender. That's why you have to crowd shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough, because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
Well, Candace, as you look around the NBA, the art of the flop has crescendoed, let's just say. And the NBA wants to address this. How do you think they'll take these steps to try to eliminate at least part of that part of the game?
I think it's just about, regular movement, basketball plays. As a defender, it's hard enough to guard guys like Trae Young and guys like James Harden and Kevin Durant. But then when you add into the extra things that they're able to do to make the defender wrong. So I think as long as it's a basketball play, but just like we've seen the kick, how that has changed the way that we protect shooters and how many offensive fouls are called. So I think at some point, the players are going to adjust to the new rules.
Good points. And the Lakers making a change here. Ennis is checked in. Oh, George with a steal. Pass to Powell. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got his 3rd assist of the night. Out left to the wing. Paul finds Harris. Back to Paul. Thompson outside. Counted from distance. 9 points in the game.
Just love the flow and the mechanics of what Klay does so efficiently with that J.
Powell against Harris. Pass to Ariza. 3-pointer. And it's Harris with the rebound.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Now here's Paul. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously put on a passing clinic.
Here's James. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Butler. Pass to Paul. Thompson, a screen on James. Paul against James. Paul passes to Harris. And the layup falls. And it's a 4-point Laker lead.
Now Harris at 6'9" is a big body, and the defense has got to do a better job of pushing him outside the paint.
Burks, he's checked in for Portland. And as we start to wrap up voting, this list of contenders for the three-point contest begins to take its final form. And I gotta say, this is an impressive collection of talent.
Yeah, it sure is, B.A. Every single one of these guys has a clean shot at taking home the trophy. They are all elite shooters from three-point range.
Well, you look at George. He's right on the cusp of securing his spot in the three-point contest. So I hope those votes keep pouring in because he's a guy you'd love to see in the mix.
Yeah, if he can make it in the door, you know he will do everything he can to win the whole thing, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
And the hype around this year's three-point contest has been tremendous, and it's only increasing as All-Star Weekend gets closer.
Yeah, looking at the list now, I think any of these guys could win it. Speaking just as a fan, I can't wait to see what happens.
George drives in. Good work there as it goes. George has got 7 points for the quarter.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Harris with it, picked up by James. Harris against James. Harris down low. Good work defensively by James.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Well, Candace, it's got to be great to have a daughter who can experience your career and achievements right alongside with you.
It's nothing like it. It's nothing like having to do what you say. Anytime I tell her a lesson or something, you know, there's always an ability to go on the computer and make sure mommy is doing what she says. So it's been a great experience. You know, all of my trophies, all of my accomplishments have been with Layla, and I wouldn't have it any other way because it's really honestly us.
Well, maybe the best way to describe Candace Parker. She's a great mom. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. Right wing. George against Paul. Here's Harris. Connects on the open jumper. Harris has got 6.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Pass to Burks. Now here is James. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
And so it's the Lakers with it. The Blazers making their last shot. Paul against Dragic. Unloads from 13. And there's another one for the Lakers.
The mid-range master, Chris Paul, at it again.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
For 3, George. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. Nance comes in for Ennis. Maladone's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Rubio is subbed in for Chris Paul. Robinson, he's checked in for Portland. Beasley comes in for LeBron. Now here's Butler. He picked up 24 points in their last win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
His passing another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Pass to Maladon. Outside Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Valanciunas sets a screen. Second shot opportunity. Basket counts. Butler's got 8 points.
And I love how they're working much harder on the glass this quarter and drumming up more second chance opportunities.
Well, Candace, it's surprising the number of great players who struggle at the free throw line. What advice would you give them?
It's interesting. I've had this conversation with Shaq a number of times. I think it's super important. I sing at the free throw line. It goes back to muscle memory. So you end up taking the thought and the mental aspect out of it and just going back to how you've shot time and time again. That's the biggest thing, is continuing that routine and making a repetitive motion.
Well, we're all waiting. Let's hear your song.
I sing Song Cry by Jay-Z. Same verse every time.
Well, we're all waiting. Let's hear you sing your song.
That's for another game.
Dragic misses.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Pass to Butler. Shoots from 12. Nance can't get it to go. Portland trailing here. George left side. Outside Robinson. It's Beasley on the wing. He's guarded by Nance. Now Burks. Back to George. Fires for 3. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
George gets it going, and he is a rock right now on offense. Sturdy, steady, and strong.
And Goran Dragic gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
I have to admit, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Wiggins, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Simons is checked in for Portland. McConnell comes in for Dragic. Rubio up top. Pass to Valanciunas. Here's Maladon. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Nice job in the second quarter, just pounding it into the paint. Good way to maintain the upper hand.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
It's a close game here in Los Angeles. Here's Simons on the take. Robinson in the post. Valanciunas on him. Here's Simons. The Lakers with a rebound. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Wiggins passes to Nance. Wiggins with it. He's guarded by Beasley. McConnell against Wiggins. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on T.J. McConnell.
That's the aggressive part of Andrew Wiggins coming out of him, forcing the defender that time to get his hand in there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Wiggins.
Wiggins has been carrying the torch, so to speak, for Canada as he's come in and been one of the most celebrated prospects from that country in a long time.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first half. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops from Valanciunas. Here's Simons. Timeout called, the Blazers.
And the other team is running all over them right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Here are the best on the boards, the league's best rebounding teams. The Trailblazers, 4th.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
Here's Robinson. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. McConnell with it. Now Rubio defending. Robinson a screen on nets. George with the bucket.
It feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Well, Candace, thanks so much for joining us and sharing your insights into the game.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
And hearing Candace cover the game, she really understands the connection between players and fans.
There's no doubt that these stories draw us closer and closer to our favorite teams and players in the NBA, but those that are doing the reporting have to care. And Candace Parker's care factor is at an all-time high.
Whiteside, he's checked in for Robinson. And Portland has possession, trailing by 5. Here's Simons. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Now here's a memo. You have to box out Whiteside or he'll burn you with the putback jam.
46 seconds left in the first half of this one. Valanciunas with a screen on McConnell. Rubio drives in. Here's Valanciunas. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Valanciunas has got 8.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Whiteside with a screen on Wiggins. Beasley, the pass to George. Here's Simons. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Maledon. We've got 22 seconds left in the second quarter. Rubio against McConnell. And here's Rubio. Valanciunas with a screen on McConnell. 2 on the clock. And Thompson puts it in. He's got 11.
I mean, he can just put in difficult shots from time to time, not affected at all by the contact.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Lakers ahead, up by 4. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after the break.
Hello, folks. Still a ways off from All-Star Weekend, but let's first check in on who's in the running for this year's three-point contest.
And the highlight of the All-Star Weekend for some people is the three-point contest. They'll be following the selection process very closely.
Unlike the dunk contest, it's just plain and simple. No props, no extra dudes on the floor. It's you, a rack of balls, a timer, and the rim.
Now, looking at that first half of play, Lakers find themselves in a battle.
We have to love the second unit. I mean, the effort they displayed, they're doing much more than giving the starters a break. We're seeing real intensity from them, particularly on the offensive end.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Paul George has been sensational.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And a crazy stat here, Brent. For 9 consecutive seasons, the league has broken the record for three-pointers made. Man, where does it end?
I don't know. I think we're redlining on the tachometer at this point, BA. A lot of teams electing to play that space and three-point ball type of offense, but we're reaching the outer limits.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Trevor Ariza out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Paul George. Then there's LeBron James. And it's Whiteside in at the 5. Now here's Butler. Give him 8 points now. Here's Valanciunas. The rebound by Whiteside. Whiteside's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to Ariza. Out to the right wing. Fades and shoots. The Lakers with a rebound.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Out to Thompson. It's stolen by James. Powell against Butler. Here's Ariza. Fires the 3. Connects from downtown. Ariza's got 5 now.
Trevor Ariza makes a living out there beyond the arc.
James against Paul. Pass to Harris. Takes a 13-footer. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas. And he's now got the double-double.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Butler against Powell. Butler passes to Paul. Thompson outside. It's not going to go for him. Now Portland takes it the other way. And at home for the next one, it'll be Oklahoma City pulling in. That game starts a nice 5-game homestand for him. The 3, James. He buries it from 3. 11 points in the game.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Paul finds Thompson. Back to Paul. Shoots over Whiteside. Paul can't get it to go. Portland has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter.
What an incredible leader Chris Paul is. So much talked about leading up to last year in their appearance in the finals. There's a reason why he's one of the greatest point guards of all time.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Well, with him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
And Paul, as you mentioned, the quintessential leader in the NBA, Brent.
Well, you think about selflessness at the point guard position, and Chris Paul has been about that his entire career. And he knows the game inside and out. He's remarkable.
Here's James. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. Double team on James. For 3, Powell. Rebounded by the Lakers. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Outside Paul. Valanciunas with a screen on James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Paul passes to Valanciunas. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. That's good from Paul. On the assist by Valanciunas. Paul's got 10.
Although he's a pass-first kind of player, Chris Paul does enjoy catching the defenses off guard, and I love that quick shot.
George against Harris. Now here's George. Guarded closely. Nice D from Valanciunas. Butler passes to Thompson. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
And the Trailblazers call time here.
Klay Thompson is an all-time great. One of the best shooters, hands down. Key part of the great dynasties in Golden State.
Ennis, he's checked in for the Lakers. Robinson, he's checked in for Portland. Burks comes in for Paul George. On defense, the Lakers. They lead by 4. On the wing, Burks. Defended by Thompson. Paul against Burks. Paul passes to Butler. And it's Portland with a rebound. James has got 5 rebounds tonight. Powell with it, giving them some nice offensive production with 13 points a game. James passes to Robinson. Clock at 6. James against Butler. Portland, no good that time either. Los Angeles has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Pass to Ennis. Deflects the pass. Powell with a steal. Here's Ariza. He's guarded by Paul. And Klay Thompson picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. All right, let's give a nod to defense now with a list of the teams leading the league in steals this month. Number 1, the Blazers.
They've really gotten after it at the defensive end, and that's been generating turnovers.
James passes to Powell. Paul against James. Here's Ariza. Give him 8 points now. Shot clock at 2. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
And here are the Trailblazers now. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. It's James on the wing. 11 points in the game. Pass to Butler. Now here's Paul. Here's Thompson, defended by Burks. Outside Paul. Here's Thompson. James with the block.
LeBron authorizing another block shot.
And now another look at that mobile 1 block defensive performance.
You can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
The Lakers making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. Dragic is checked in for Portland. Shot clock at 5. Out to Harris. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Burks.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
It's James on the wing. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Robinson can't hit.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Burks against Wiggins. They get it back. Now Los Angeles with it. They're rolling here. 9 unanswered. To the paint. Robinson with a steal. James with the ball. Now guarded by Butler. Pass to Burks. Robinson, a screen on Wiggins. Burks passes to James. Now Robinson. It's tipped. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Yeah, it's pretty much a power play for Robinson. He's got the ability to just shrug off the defenders.
To the middle. Harris outside. Pass to Paul. Now Wiggins, defended by Burks. Pulls up on the wing. Wiggins, no good. Portland has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Wiggins against Burks. Robinson passes to James. From behind the arc. Rebounded by Butler. Butler's got 4 rebounds in the game. Harris against Robinson. Here's Butler, and the shot is good. Harris making the play. Butler's got 12 points.
Well, Jimmy Butler committed on getting to the inside. The closer he gets, the more damage he can do.
It's James on the wing. He's guarded by Paul. James, that's good.
Well, an aggressive move right there to the basket. That's where he does some of his best work and chops into the lead.
And the Lakers with some changes. Nance, he's checked in for Ennis. And Rubio is subbed in for Paul. A big group substitution here for Portland. George, he's checked in for Ariza. Beasley comes in for LeBron. Simons is checked in for Burks. And it's McConnell in for Dragic. And it's good for 2. Butler's got 6 points in the quarter.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks. I mean, it is crazy to think how far Jimmy Butler has come. I mean, didn't see a lot of the floor in his first 2 seasons. Then soon after, he made 4 straight All-Star games. And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Harris outside. To the inside. He gets it in there. 10 points for him.
Tobias carved out a bit of space, owned that real estate, and a nice aggressive finish.
And Butler in his career, Grant, he won Most Improved Player in 2015.
I mean, it's like he became a 20 points per game player overnight. You feel like Butler just needed a chance in the NBA. And I'll tell you what, he's made the most of everything he's had.
The shot by Butler, no good. Portland has gone 4 of 9 from beyond the arc since the break. George with it, now guarded by Harris. George passes to Robinson. Here's Simons. He's got 7. Pass to Robinson. Here's George. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Lakers in the lead. And it's Butler off the drive. And there is a whistle. That goes on Tobias Harris. That'll be a second foul of the game. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Harris. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Hassan Whiteside, he's checked in for Robinson. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Whiteside, rebound, the Lakers. Valanciunas has got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Nance with a screen on McConnell. Pass to Nance. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Whiteside. Whiteside's got rebound number 11. Here's George. He can't get it to go. So the Lakers will take it the other way. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Wiggins finds Rubio. Outside Butler. To the paint. Out to Rubio. 6 to shoot. Valanciunas with a screen on McConnell. Here's Rubio. No good. A bit long that time. from deep three-point range.
Rubio works hard on the defensive end to just stay in front of the offensive player.
And we've reached the end of the third. The Lakers on top, up by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Los Angeles has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Ricky Rubio. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Thompson in at the 2 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now, here is James. Whiteside, the pass to George. Off the mark there with a 3. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
Rubio against James. Rubio passes to Valanciunas. And there's Wiggins. That's good. On the assist by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 3 assists now in this one. Now, here is James. Powell finds James. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Whiteside with a screen on Butler. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender using the old pump fake.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Lakers.
They haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They've been the aggressors.
Another thing they've done well tonight is to share the basketball. So many of their buckets have just been off crisp offensive sets, setting up their shooters.
That's good from George.
And Paul George just had such a fantastic year on the wing. Maybe a career season for him last year.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Lakers. George hits them both. And with George and his efficiency, Brent, it took a huge step up last season.
Man, I think, B.A., he was just locked in. After the disappointing finish and getting ousted in the playoffs the way they did the year before, I think he was just on a mission all season long to prove that he could get them back there and that he was going to be a big reason why. And that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
There's a screen by Whiteside. They double-team George. Beasley against Wiggins. The 11-footer. Beasley, that's good.
Got a feeling that Beasley's role out there is to score. He did it that time.
And stolen by Beasley. Now the Blazers on the move. And there's James from the arc. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
He's hit a pair of threes each half, making a significant impact.
Up top, Valanciunas. Pass to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Thompson in the post. He's guarded by Beasley. Thompson, that's good. And the Lakers lead by 4. George against Butler. Tries a 10-footer. Another one falls for Portland.
No excuse for the defense to let Paul George, a guy that good at scoring the ball, get that close.
Butler passes to Paul, and he lobs it up, and it's Butler with the jam.
And that's Jimmy Butler with a great finish there. Good hands to catch the pass and throw it through.
Pass to Whiteside. Butler against George. Whiteside with a screen on Butler. George passes to James. And the 3 off target. The Lakers have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Fader on the way. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. Portland has gotten 1 of 3 to fall from downtown here in the fourth. Pass to Whiteside. James outside. Whiteside with a screen on Paul. And there's James from the arc. Valanciunas with a rebound. Los Angeles has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Thompson finds Paul. Valanciunas sets a screen. Paul shot is off. For Portland, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. James passes to George. Driving inside. Chalk up 2 there. George has got 6 here in the quarter.
Just cutting right there to the spot he wanted to get to. Paul George being very aggressive on that play.
Butler against George. Releases from 15. And it's Portland with a rebound. George has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to James. Whiteside with a screen on Paul. James attacking, and it's all tied up.
So many years, and the body still holding up for LeBron James. Wow.
So it's the Lakers now. Thompson passes to Wiggins. Back to Thompson. 4-3 on target from range. And the Lakers lead by 3.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Wiggins against Powell. Whiteside with a screen on Wiggins. The drive by Powell. That one falls.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
And the Lakers making a change here. Harris is checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Out to the wing. Here's Paul. James with the block. Beasley for 3. No good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. It's Thompson, high post. Wiggins for 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists in the game.
That's a good look from Clay right there. Just the court awareness, and that guy was wide open.
Now here is James. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Whiteside, a second-round pick in 2010, and it's taken him a while to get the footing here after stops in China, Lebanon, and some time in the G League.
Shooting 2.
And he makes a first. They talking about Whiteside growing into an NBA player. You have to credit the G League for developing his game, Brent.
Yeah, and he had a lot of stops, BA. He played in Reno and Sioux Falls and for RGV and then in Iowa. And some guys just aren't ready. You got to get both in physical and in mental shape to take on the rigors of an 82-game season. And Hassan Whiteside found his way into that opportunity.
That one misses.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
And it's blocked by Whiteside. Powell outside. Into the lane. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Shooting 2.
That free throw misses.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
Good on the second one. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
And things are always changing throughout a game. Teams have to adjust on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what Los Angeles' coach was going over with his guys. He told his players, you know your job. Now just go out and do it. Don't get caught up in the moment. I want you to play with a steady pulse. He understands the emotions can run high at this stage of the game.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Thompson finds Paul. Back to Thompson. Paul with it. Inside. And there's Thompson on the assist from Paul. Paul's got 6 assists here tonight.
And the defense better find a way to get to Klay Thompson and locate him early.
Now here is James. Good. James has got 7 now in this quarter.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Pass to Valanciunas. Now Paul drives to the hoop. And he makes it. And the Lakers lead by 3.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's George. Rebound by the Lakers. Thompson outside. Outside Paul. Oh, George with a steal. Pass to James. Here's Ariza. Jacks up a 3. The shot's good on the assist by James. James has got 3 assists tonight.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And it's Whiteside with a big finish. That gives him a double-double in this one.
Well, I would say that's as high percentage as you're going to get from Hassan Whiteside. He really takes off on those dunks.
And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Powell against Thompson. Powell outside. Whiteside with a screen on Thompson. Powell. And Powell with the stuff.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Now here's Harris. Pass to Valanciunas. Drops in the layup for 2.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Portland leading. James outside. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
And James and his court awareness is just so extra special. Because whenever a guy has a clean look, they're going to get the ball.
James against Paul. Six on the shot clock. Wiggins for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Paul. Wiggins has got 8 points here in the quarter.
After not having a 3 during the first half, he's made 2 now the second half, and he looks hungry for more.
George. And George with the jam.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. Huddle up, boys.
Jimmy Butler's checked in for Wiggins. Ball passes to Butler. Paul against James. Back to Paul. Out to Thompson. Clock at 6. Banked it in off the glass. Butler's got 20.
The defenders are trying to keep pace with Jimmy Butler, but there's enough space for him to spot the rim and knock it down.
Thompson against George. There's the drive, and George with the jam.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some hang time to pull that off. Paul against James. Lets it go from 14. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Well, that's why Chris Paul is so special, is because he can just navigate around pick and rolls, find open areas, and there's just no defense for that.
Now here's George.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Their activity at the defensive end has been impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
Well, you add to that their block totals tonight. They've been very feisty and active on the defensive end.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Now here's Thompson. Harris passes to Butler. Valanciunas with a screen on Powell. Lets it go from 11. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Hassan Whiteside.
Well, the last thing Jimmy Butler's afraid of is a little contact.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 1:03 left to play in the fourth quarter. Thompson against George. Here's Ariza. Out to Powell. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, George. Whiteside. And he buries it.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Down low. George, right side. There's the 3. Sinks it from distance. George has got 35.
Yeah, when he opens up his offensive arsenal to knock down threes, PG could be an MVP caliber player.
.29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Butler passes to Thompson. And here's Harris. Powell covers. Thompson outside. Pass to Valanciunas. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
There's such a high-impact player at both ends of the floor. PG drafted 10th overall in 2010, and he has had an absolutely phenomenal career. It does not look like it's slowing down anytime soon.
Laces one from 3. And the Trailblazers call time here. They lead by 3. Just 4 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, of all of the titles that LeBron James won, certainly the most unique one was the Orlando bubble, and turning things around for the Laker franchise in 2020, bringing home banner number 17 and winning a title at age 35.
So the Trailblazers win it, and they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
LeBron, you overcame.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So along.